out for a run, alone. Something we're never supposed to do. Ursa D. Camos, right in front of me. I go for my cutlass. Shoots his pincer right through my shoulder. Next thing I know, we're over the cliff, falling 30 meters straight down into the river. We settle onto the bottom. It's on top of me, but it's not moving. And I realize he's trying to drown me. I'm thinking I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I cannot believe this is how I'm gonna die. I can see my blood bubbling up, mixing with the sunlight, shining through the water. And I think, wow, that's really pretty. And everything slows down. I see his pincer through my shoulder. And I decide I don't want that in there anymore. So I pull it out. And he lets me go. And more than that, I can tell it can't find me. It doesn't even know where to look. And it dawned on me. Fear is not real.
I'm boring, you're boring, everybody's boring.
Speak thou now! Yeah, villain!
In this section of the video, I want to introduce you to some notable productions of this century. The first of these, Peter Brook's for the Royal Shakespeare Company in 1970, has passed into theatrical legend. Watch how Brooke interprets magic in the 20th century, and how he uses the physical resources of the theatre to conjure up his own brand of stage magic. You'll also see how he has influenced subsequent directors.
Every word has a meaning and words get debased. Magic has a meaning and has a reality. But that has nothing to do with conjuring tricks. We start with a brilliant white light, a white background, and all the elements clearly seen.
I think for most of us who worked in the theatre, there was something quite revolutionary about the dream that Peter Brook did. I mean, it didn't change my mind about the setting of the Midsummer Night's Dream. It changed all of our minds about the way in which things could be staged. The fact that the plays didn't have to literally represent what seemed to be mentioned in them.
I had a very strong feeling that behind the play as we know it was something much richer and fuller. And I felt that this could come to life in a theatre through using a very wide range of theatrical techniques. So that in rehearsal, we'd arrived at this white box and a lot of possibilities, galleries and trapezes, and a lot of brilliant colors in movement. The excitement of rehearsal is coming with open possibilities that then grow and develop through the collaboration with the actors.
If you look at some of the descriptions, for instance, of what went on in the famous Brooke production in rehearsals, you know, it was a Midsummer Night's nightmare quite often. I mean, lots of people, you know, had moments of intense anger, breakdown, and so forth. And then you suddenly realize that what happens in a rehearsal is just like what happens in this play. I think Shakespeare knew that.
Help me! Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast!
You know, that people go through this, they start off and they have idealized self-images, and then they end up, you know, at one stage covered in mud, attacking their best friends, and all that sort of thing. Now, there can be no ideal production because this new set of artists have got to go through that process again. And the important thing for the modern theatre is that you should find time for the actors to go through this process. If they've been through the process, then the audience will come with them. Because the other thing that this play is a sort of ritual. It was originally written for a marriage. And so it takes the audience as well on this particular sort of journey, and it takes them through some sort of darkness and then to harmony. It can't be done unless the actors have already made that journey before them.
And eke, most lovely Jew, as true as truest horse, that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
What Brooke did was revolutionary in Britain in 1970, and the influence of this production is still around today.
You must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus.
Peter Brook continues his quest for living theatre in Paris, and would probably agree that his white box belongs to the past, and today's directors must search for their own dream.